Hey everybody, welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Noland. You know what? I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning prepping for this video. You know what? Apple iTunes actually released this single a few minutes before its world premiere, and I've listened to it at least 15 times already. The question is this single, this brand new Beatles single, Now and Then, Beatle-worthy? All right, so the first thing I noticed about this track was the fidelity. It's very good, folks, and I love the more sparse piano that Paul evidently is playing on this track. You know, on the original demo, John uses a two-handed approach, alternating between chords to give it almost a strumming kind of effect. Here, Paul has instead supplied a more sparse, almost downstroke type of piano sound. I love it. With John Lennon's more powerful vocals coming through, and I don't hear any AI, but you know what? You never know. Because on some of the softer parts where his vocal was almost a whisper, it seems like he's really present in the room. That could be done by AI, but the Beatles are claiming this is just a transfer of John's voice. At about 37 seconds, the song gets a needed punch with the addition of Ringo's drums. Very sparse, very simple, but throughout this song, he does the right thing at the right time. Let's talk about George Harrison here for a moment. I was told that he only plays rhythm guitar on this track, both electric and acoustic, yet at 1 minute and 8 seconds, there is a riff played very quietly in the mix, and it's perfect for this song. Now, we've heard that Paul plays the slide solo work here, so this riff could very well be that electric piece that we were told that George Harrison plays. Now, he doesn't take the solo, but he does play some chops here, and the notes go perfectly with this song, folks. And don't worry, if you missed it the first time, it comes back in at about 2 minutes and 3 seconds. It's one of those riffs that once you hear it, you can't imagine it not being on the song. And what about those flyover vocals we were told that came from Because off of Abbey Road? Listen in at 3 minutes. And I was right, folks. They only used the portion from that flyover. But I was wrong regarding Paul McCartney. He doesn't really play a predominant role, vocally anyway, other than singing some of the background harmonies. Speaking of Paul McCartney, he's the real last-minute hero for this single. The orchestra he arranged sounds wonderful. I do wish they had brought up those staccato notes that they had featured in the mini documentary, because that would have been more of those staccato type of orchestrations that George Martin and Paul McCartney would work out back in the day. Paul's bass playing is fine. Nothing to really write home about, but where he really shines in this single is his wonderful slide guitar solo done in George Harrison fashion. He has stated that he wanted it purposefully to sound like George Harrison, and I gotta tell you, Paul McCartney really delivers here. Now, on first listening, I thought they had brought up that slide guitar toward the end of the portion of the song a little too loudly. On second listen, I thought, well, maybe it's not too bad. By the time of my third listening, I realized that it was perfectly blended. It really adds some strength as this song comes to a crescendo. Now, how do we compare this single to past Beatles singles, past tracks by the Beatles? Well, the first comparison, of course, would be comparing it to Free as a Bird and Real Love. Now, sonically, it beats both of those songs hands down. There's no doubt about that. But how is it as a song, I gotta tell you folks, I think I like it the best out of the three. Now, my former number one out of those sessions, the Threedle sessions, was Free as a Bird. But around the fifth or sixth time I started listening to this song, I realized, no, I love this song. Why? How does this song stand out against those? Well, sonically, of course, as I've mentioned, but it's the words. It's so John Lennon. Of course we get this "I can't live without you" Yoko yearning through the song. But there's still that smart-ass John Lennon saying, or at least, "I can't live without you" now and then. It's almost a sub-declaration that I need you in my life, I want you in my life, I can't go on without you, but once you're here, I'll think about you now and then. He still wants his freedom. Those lyrics are beyond your average song lyrics and way beyond song lyrics that are provided by the claptrap that is dominating the charts these days. Now, the fan in me wants to give this track a solid A, maybe an A-, but I'm gonna go with a B+. And guess what, folks? There are tons of B+ Beatles songs that I listen to all the time. So I think that rating's quite high. But you know, that leads to my question to the tribe. What rating? Let's give this an F to A+ rating. You can give an F- if you want, right? A C+. What rating would you guys give this single? All right, so if you enjoyed the video today, please give it a thumbs up. That helps with channel growth. And if you haven't subscribed to the Tribe button, now watch this. All you have to do is hit that subscribe to the Tribe button, tap that top bell icon, see, I did it again, and you'll be notified of all my future videos. All right, folks, I'm Michael Noland. This is The Bottom Line. And together, folks, you and I, especially in the comments, we are the Tribe.